everybody, survivors and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is I Am Inspired Inspiration Sunday. Yes. Okay, so back to the year of 2015 that I'm sprinkling throughout our Sunday Lives is another post from my full year of posting something that inspires me every single day, a picture for 365 days, okay? If I was exhausted, if I was out socializing, if I had a million things to do, it didn't matter. I would take a picture that day and then I would post it. So this one says, I am inspired. Football Sisters Unite. Help your siblings when they are in need of a hand or a drink in this case. So this is a picture of Connor when he was on the LA City Ducks. He's super young there. And Sophia, his sister, my daughter, obviously, feeding him out of the water bottle. Not feeding him, but, you know, helping him like squirt the water bottle as football players do. They do that thing with the, you know, and the straw. Well, just look at the picture. Anyways, it's a really cute picture, and they would have the sisters go down and do this for the boys when they need breaks or they needed water. They'd have like two sisters down there. So, you know, football is a family sport, okay? It's not just the players, and I know that applies to a lot of sports, but there's something about the football family. I'm still friends with those people from the LA City Ducks, and it's been about, I don't know, 5 years, maybe less, 4 or 5 years since he's played with that team. And you know, that first year was super magical, as I mentioned the last time, because they won every single game undefeated, and they won the Super Bowl. And I mean, it was just amazing. We had so much fun. The boys were jumping on top of each other, and by the way, I must tell you that every time a team wins, no matter what team it is, and I see these men like revert into little boys when they're jumping over each other, like shaking each other on the head and congratulating each other, and some of them even like emotional. I get emotional when they pour the Gatorade over. I'm like, oh, just to see success, just to see winning, and how hard I know they worked to win that game. It's just, I don't know, it's very inspiring to me. It touches me whenever I see, you know, the Olympics and the person win, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. It's like, just like, wow, you know, their dream came true. They did it. You know, how amazing they must feel inside, and not just that person, or that team, but it's everybody around them, which takes me back to the football family. So football family, here's the sisters, helping on the field, team moms, which do all like the organization for snacks, and they help the coach out with scheduling and any announcements, and then the party at the end. That was always me. I always volunteered for that. I love doing that, and also being room mom at school and being on committees. I love being part of my children's life in that way, so that I could be on campus with the children and also do events. They, of course, a lot of the events were like parties, because during our galas, our events for fundraising, we would do parties, and they'd be like fun parties, like, you know, the fireman party or the painting party, or, you know, the, I don't know, build a Lego set party, whatever it was. So then you're with your children and you're contributing to your school. And it's the same with football or sports. Team moms are really helpful to the coaches. And, you know, it's an honor for me to do that. So you have the coaches, so you have the players and the coaches and the team moms and the sisters, and then you have, you know, the people that are cheering, you have the head of the organization, you have, you know, the veterans, the boys that have been playing a little bit longer, then you have the newbies. So it's a family. And when we won, see, I said we, I'm saying we, when they won, it feels like it's a we win, because, you know, who's driving, who's picking up, who's getting the shoes, who's buying this, who's buying that, you know, like it's work. Hi, Tracy. I just saw you like my comment. Yeah, that was a great post, and 100% true, Tracy. Totally. So we were jumping up and down. The adults were jumping up and down like little kids when they won the Super Bowl, and they were like six or seven at that age. And it was such an amazing season. And I've had other seasons like that, but that was his first year of football, and I was really not down for that. I didn't want him to play football because of the concussions and the injuries and heart back at you, my love, heart back at you. Because, you know, I wasn't comfortable with that. But after I like eased into it, and he loved it. Wasn't sitting like in front of a computer playing games. So I embraced it, and you know, he's still playing football, and he will be playing football this year for Viewpoint. Yay, Viewpoint. So we're very excited about that. So the family, the football family, okay, it starts with the player, but then it ripples out. The player, the parents, the organization, the coaches, the sisters, there was actually a coach. Oh my gosh, Sean. His name was Sean. Such a great guy. He actually won. You know that Shark Tank. He won. Whatever you win on Shark Tank, when you go into like, you know, I actually never watched the whole episode, no lie, but I know what it's about. So he was pitching his dog food company or dog, like it's all things with dogs, and he won. Sean didn't have any children. He would just come and coach, and they do this for free. And Connor's coach, Pat Hill, Coach Pat, one of my favorite all-time coaches and person. He's now a nurse. He's at UCLA, and he's got 2 boys and a little girl and a lovely wife, and they're just an awesome family. And, you know, Pat was such a great coach, and it's how he, you know, he was professional. I think he played for Miami Dolphins. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. But he was an excellent coach, the way he pushed them, but also the way he like lifted them up. And that's really, really, really important to me, to see how coaches, you know, I don't want to be on a team where my son is being completely abused all the time, when I think that's, you know, that's the Russian way, or I think it's the Russian way. I don't want to put anybody off, but I've heard they're very difficult with their athletes. Maybe that's why they won all those medals, but I think there's another way to win medals. So anyways, that football team is like our team. I call it the C-fam, the cancer family, okay? The football player is the cancer patient, okay? The cancer fighter. That's how it starts. And then it, you know, ripples out. You have what kind of doctor, whatever doctor found out. It could be your gastro doctor, it could be, I don't know, you could have had x-rays on your lungs, or whatever kind of doctor found out. That's your first doctor, okay? And then you have all those other doctors. You have, you know, your oncologist, you have your surgeons, then you have your support team, and you have other kinds. You have your pain management doctor, you have a counselor, you have a therapist. If you want, like, it depends on your health insurance. Unfortunately, I just think everybody should get that. But anyways, you have your team. You have like the professional team, okay? The professional team. And then you have your family support, your best friends support. That's your tight little bit. Then you have the community. Perhaps the church is involved, and it ripples out. So when one person has cancer, and you know about this person, you don't even have to know them, but don't you want to just help immediately or give something back? Usually you think, oh, how can I help them? And if you don't, then do it. Like, start doing that. Like, how can I help that family? And then, you know, random acts of kindness occur. And it's like, so, you know what? I cued music and I didn't play it. Just popped into my head. Just like popped in. Okay, here we go. It's fun music. So then random acts of kindness are happening, and you know, it's this whole team. Cancer is not a one-man show. It's a group. It's a community. It's a family. We are a family, just like football team. We're family. And you know, you never forget those people. They're in your, both of my oncologist and my surgeon apparently lived in my neighborhood, because I bumped into my oncologist twice, once at the grocery store and then once at the Cheesecake Factory. And I love bumping into him. I love it. And then my surgeon, I bumped into him working out in the gym. And now he moved to Florida. He's retired. But, oh yeah, and then my gastroenterologist, I bumped into her at the Jonathan Club, which is a private club my friend belongs to, and they have one downtown. I think it's still open. They also have one on Santa Monica, and it's a lovely club, and they have all kinds of events and things for the children. And so we were invited, and we went there, and who's there? My doctor. So like my doctors are like circling around, and I love to see them. We're a community. We're a family. When I see them, you saved my life. Thank you. And they see me. Oh, there's Allison. Like she fought. She got through. And that doesn't mean anything. You know, everybody works their very best to get through for the most part. I do believe in, you know, God, and I do believe in like having faith. Everybody prays just as much, but some people are just lucky, and I don't there's no reason why, but I know that they feel good, that they helped me through that process, and here I am, you know, now 8 years later, working out, bumping to the gym, going to the Cheesecake Factory, bumping into him, like at the, you know, the country club, so to speak, and bumping into my dog. Like, it's really fun. It's my family. They're my family. And then, of course, my friends, like, I'll post something, and they're like, oh, remember when we did this, when we took you to Vegas? Yeah, I remember that after radiation. Not the best idea, but you know what? The love was there. The love was there. I was very weak. But it's in a memory that I'll never forget, and I never ever, even though I don't get to see those people every single day, they're always in my heart. Always in my heart. I'm always grateful for them. And I can call on them at any time for help or support, and vice versa. So we are a family. It does not have to be blood related, but the blood related is awesome too. I mean, what won't your family do for you? You know, my best friend came to visit me 3 times from Vancouver, 3 times, and her kids were younger. Not as young as mine, but still, you know, a mother is like managing, well, usually a mother is managing the schedule. So, you know, that was a lot of time and effort out of her schedule, and she had to put other people in place, and other people had to help with her to help me. So she had to do something with her job, and it was like end of month, and some things at the end of month need to be due. Well, somebody stepped up. Somebody stepped up to do that. I think that was Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. So, you know, it's a ripple. It's a family. It's a group. So never think of yourself as going through cancer alone. And if you are going at it alone, message me, and we will change that immediately, because nobody ever needs to go through cancer alone. We are a very giving and loving community, and we're here to help. We're here to serve. So I want to go through my top 5 football movies, and depending on how you're feeling, because some of these are sad and some of these are triumphant. The sad ones are triumphant in a way, but they don't always end well. So I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to tell you the ones that I think that you should watch. These are just my 5 picks. I have watched every single sports movie that is inspiring. Like everyone. There was a time where we'd have movie nights, Fridays, and sometimes Saturdays too. So everything, gymnastics, hockey, soccer, anything where a team was the underdog, and then they came up, like when the Americans played the Russians, right? And they won, and they totally turned out that was the Olympic goal. Yeah, so anyways, all these movies, like, watch them. Sophia's like, okay, at some point, like 2 years later, she's like, okay, I'm good, I got it. But these are the football ones. So Brian Song, that's a long time ago, 1971. It's a very heartfelt movie between two players. Gosh, I don't remember what team it was, but it was about these two players, and James Caan gets he gets cancer. So it's a really good one, but it is a tearjerker. So maybe not the perfect one to watch. Maybe after this process is gone, or this process is done. Now, The Blind Side, for sure, that is like 100%. Now, the woman in this movie, I can't remember her name, can't remember the names. It says Caring Woman and Her Family. So the story of Michael Oher, he was homeless, and he was an amazing player. So the woman's played by Sandra Bullock, and they take him in, and he ends up, playing professional football. It's such a great story. It's so entertaining. Sandra Bullock is amazing. Everybody's is amazing in this movie. And if you haven't seen it, then watch it. It will definitely lift you up. And there's a famous scene where the woman who basically took care of, found out what's going on with Michael. The family adopted him, okay? So she went out and she's like, we want you to come live with us, because she knew that he was homeless. And this isn't the first thing. Football people are also very, very generous. And so she was telling the coach, this was a small town, and she was telling the coach that, you don't know how to play my son. This is how you need to play him, because they adopted him. And the coach is like, who are you to tell me? Anyways, he did what she said. And then the famous line, which I use all the time, is, "You can thank me later." And then she gives him a little tap on his tushy and walks away off the field. Cracked me up, because I did that long before this movie, but this movie came out, which was 2009, not okay, no, maybe this movie had come out. But anyways, I saw that something wasn't working for Connor, so I took the coach to the side and said, listen, this is how you need to play Connor. It's probably like, what? But I was right, because we're their mamas, right? We know. Now, I can't do that anymore. You can't do that in high school football. Or even middle school, you can't go on the field and do that. But they were so little, so I guess they allowed it. And I did not say, "You can thank me later." I did not tap him on the tush. But I'm very much like that mom. I would totally, that would have been such a fun part to play. And Sandra just crushed it. Rudy, all-time classic movie. You have got to watch Rudy. Also, just so emotional, and Rudy just would not give up, just like us. He would not give up, and I get emotional. So Rudy was made in 1993, and that's a great movie to watch. It's got the best ending. It's so heartfelt, and he was determined to play for Notre Dame, and that was his dream, and he went for it, and it's just a great story. A great movie. You got to watch it. And then Jerry Maguire. It's not just about Tom Cruise being the sports agent, but the whole, Cuba Gooding Jr. and show me the money and the corn and what did he call the baby? He said when he was you're basically dating her for the baby. I can't remember that term, but that movie, Jerry Maguire, another amazing ending, and this put Renee Zellweger on the map. This movie. You had me at hello, which is it's a great movie, a great line, and I'm sure a lot of people that have fallen in love have used that line. You had me at hello, or whatever the word was. But we know what they're talking about. And then Invincible, and this movie is really, really inspiring, because it's about a 30-year-old bartender from South Philadelphia who overcame long odds to play for the NFL Philadelphia Eagles in 1976. He's 30 years old, and he ended up playing football. I don't remember how many seasons, but he did. Now, there's a whole list of other movies, but I haven't seen them, and these are the ones that I remember the most. So, remember The Titans, Horse Feathers, What else is listed here? Friday Night Lights. I'm sure I've seen this. Yeah, it's a Texas high school team. So I've seen a lot of these, but the ones that really like, you know, just stuck out, just helped me remember the ones that I listed. And oh, okay, Delilah, just give me a minute, honey. I'm almost done. That's Delilah. She needs to go to the bathroom. And then this last one I just want to share with you is called Greater. Okay, and this movie, it's on Netflix. It's a little bit of it's hard. It's a great movie to watch, but again, I would not watch this right now. But this boy, he worked so hard. He was not gonna settle. He fought and he fought. He had 2 degrees, I think. One was in business. I can't remember, but he was a walk-on. And then like right before, I think it was 11 days after he was drafted, he had an accident. He had a car accident. And so, but this movie, oh my gosh, I think I cried like so many times. So if you feel like you need to cry or you need to process, it's okay. What you need to find in this movie to be so inspiring is that he never gave up. He's like, I'm going to do this. And he worked at it. And they kept saying no. And he's like, yes. And they said no. And he said yes. And he fought and he fought and he fought and he fought. And he got it. He got it. And then there was this wrong turn. Tragic. And such a nice boy. Just a religious boy, didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't party, just a beautiful person. That was very hard for me to get through. Yeah. When I was in treatment, I watched Terms of Endearment, which is Deborah Winger and Shirley MacLaine, and I posted the scene where she's trying to get the medication. It's time for her daughter's medication, and the nurses are not giving it to her, and so Shirley MacLaine's character, Aurora, I love that character. Keeps asking for the pain meds, and they're busy, and then she like has a meltdown. And it's like a great scene. It's like one of the greatest scenes ever. I love that. Like, get her medicine. You know, when you love somebody and they're in pain, and somebody's not listening, and they're not like, that's me. That'd be me. I'd be like, scared. I know, totally. And then she takes the medicine. She's like, or the nurse goes into her daughter's room to administer the painkillers, and she's like, "Thank you." It's like hilarious. It's somewhere in my Facebook lives. Who knows? I've been doing them since Thanksgiving, so there's so many. But I think it's under, I don't know, maybe inspiration, or I don't know. But anyways, I watched that movie. I knew that movie. I knew what that was about. But I needed to cry because I'm the kind of person who I'm emotional with you when I'm watching something. Yes, 100%. I'm definitely like that. But when it's about my stuff, I am more quiet in that regard. Like, you know, with my sister passing, I cry with myself. I cry alone. But if it's somebody else or something else that I'm watching, then I can't help myself. Like even when I was watching The Joker, like so many moments that were so sad and so emotional. Okay, I'm in the theater. Yeah, I'll cry. But anyways, I needed to cry when I don't even remember. I think it was when I was just so exhausted and so tired of treatment and beat up physically, emotionally, and I needed a reset. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch Terms of Endearment. And I cried, and it felt good, and I cleansed. And, you know, it was a sad ending, and I knew that. But there were so many great gems in that movie. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be emotional. It's all right. Allow yourself, okay? It's important for us to let that go. Okay, so that's our Inspiration Sunday. I'm inspired. Football Sisters Unite. Help your siblings, friends, cancer fighters when they are in need of a hand or a drink. In this case, I will post the photo, and if you have a different kind of family that I haven't mentioned, thank you, Tracy. I haven't mentioned. I would love to hear about it. You know, maybe you have, like, I don't know, a book club family and how that ripples out. You know, there's all kinds of families, but I really, really feel like our cancer family is so amazing and so valued and so precious. And I'm so honored. I'm so grateful to be able to serve the cancer community. I feel blessed. When people ask me what I do, I'm like, I'm a cancer coach. And they're like, what? What is that? And they're like, oh, wow. I'm like, yeah, it's an honor. And it is. So, okay, I will see you tomorrow for some meditation. It's a Monday. We got to meditate ourselves into the week. I'm so looking forward to that. I love meditation Mondays with you guys. So, yes, daily mantra, please. I am healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole. Thank you so much for joining me, Tracy. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. I need to check in with you, and I will. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. Thanks everybody else for joining. Please check out those movies and stay positive. Don't give up. Keep hope. Keep the hope. Keep the hope alive, all right? All right, we're here for you. The thriving starts now.